He was the neighbor everyone trusted, the man who threw block parties dressed as a clown for sick children and shook hands with local politicians. But beneath the painted smile was something monstrous. John Wayne Gacy wasn't just hiding a secret, he was hiding bodies under his very own home. For years, boys vanished without explanation, until one teenager's disappearance cracked the mask wide open. What investigators found beneath the floorboards shocked the entire world. Who was John Wayne Gacy, and how did he turn his own house into a graveyard of nightmares? As investigators sifted through the evidence, whispers of horror spread like wildfire. The neighborhood, once filled with laughter and joy, became a haunting reminder of trust shattered. In the courtroom, the facade began to crumble as the truth unraveled, revealing the depths of Gacy's depravity. His charm had masked a chilling reality, and the community reeled from the revelations that emerged during the trial. The memorial services became a poignant gathering where families found solace in shared grief, honoring the lives lost too soon. Meanwhile, John Wayne Gacy's arrest marked a turning point as he faced the weight of his monstrous actions while the world watched in disbelief. Each new revelation painted a clearer picture of a man consumed by darkness, leaving an indelible mark on a community forever changed. Born in 1942 in Chicago, John Wayne Gacy grew up in a troubled household. His father was violent, his childhood marked by abuse and rejection. On the outside, Gacy appeared ordinary. He studied business, worked hard, and even married young. By the 1970s, he seemed successful. He owned a construction company, volunteered in politics, and earned a reputation as a cheerful community man. Neighbors saw him as generous, often hiring local teens for work. He even entertained children as Pogo the Clown, making balloon for them. To the world, he was a harmless, friendly man. But behind closed doors, Gacy battled inner demons. Experts later described him as a psychopath, someone who could charm on the outside while hiding a terrifying lack of empathy within. His double life grew darker each year. Then came December 11, 1978. 15-year-old Robert Peast, a boy with a bright future, finished his shift at a pharmacy in Des Plaines, Illinois. That night he mentioned a job opportunity with a local contractor who promised good pay. That was John Wayne Gacy. He never made it home. When Robert's mother arrived to pick him up, panic set in. Her son had vanished. Police began questioning witnesses, and Gacy's name kept coming up. He insisted he hadn't seen Robert that night. Calm, confident, and even joking, he convinced many that he was innocent. But detectives felt something didn't add up. Digging deeper, they found his past, a conviction for sexually assaulting a teenage boy years earlier. Why was this man hiring so many teens? Why did so many boys in the area go missing? As investigators placed Gacy under surveillance, they noticed his erratic behavior. He invited officers into his home, offered them drinks, and carried himself like a man with nothing to hide. But one thing stood out: the strange odor inside his house. Gacy blamed it on plumbing problems. The truth was much darker. Days turned into weeks. The Pius family's agony grew. Detectives pressed harder. Finally, they secured a search warrant for Gacy's house. What they found beneath the floorboards was beyond imagination. The crawl space beneath his home revealed a secret burial ground. One by one, investigators uncovered the remains of young men and boys, victims who had disappeared without a trace. Among them was Robert Piest, the boy whose case had finally led police to the killer. The discovery shook America to its core. John Wayne Gacy, the friendly neighbor and clown, was unmasked as one of the most prolific serial killers in history. 33 victims in total, buried in his crawl space in his yard and discarded in rivers. Robert Piest's disappearance had been the turning point. Without him, the nightmare might have continued for years. His story gave detectives the opening they needed to uncover the truth. The trial that followed was chilling. Gacy sat in court smirking, laughing, even mocking the process. He showed no remorse. Witnesses described his cruelty. Families faced the devastation of knowing what happened to their sons. The jury had little doubt: 3 counts of murder and sentenced to death. For the Pius family, there was no real closure, only heartbreak. Robert's life had been full of promise, cut short by a predator hiding in plain sight. Yet his disappearance ended Gacy's reign of terror. In 1994, after years of appeals, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. Outside the prison, crowds gathered, some mourning the victims, others selling clown shirts as if turning tragedy into spectacle. But behind the media circus was a deeper truth. Gacy's case became a study in psychopathy, deception, and the dangers of trusting appearances. He wasn't a monster lurking in shadows. He was the man next door, shaking hands, laughing, and wearing a painted smile. Today his name lives in infamy, but it's the victims, boys like Robert Peast, who should be remembered. Their stories remind us of the fragility of life and the hidden dangers in the people we think we know. And so one question remains: how many masks still hide predators among us, waiting for the world to look away? As we reflect on these tragedies, we are reminded of the innocence that once was and the friendships that flourished. In every corner of society there are connections formed, bonds built on trust, and yet lurking in those very shadows, predators may be waiting. These stories are etched into our memories, a reminder of lives cut short and families forever changed. In the silence of this empty playground, we can almost hear the echoes of laughter mingled with the sadness of what has been stolen away. At candlelight vigils, communities come together to honor the memories of those lost, their silent prayers intertwined with hope for justice. In these moments, the heartache is palpable, reminding us of the profound impact that such tragedies have on families and friends. Leave a like if you have enjoyed the video and subscribe if you like to see more videos like this.